Belfont and get ready for a pain-free, actually happy-filled Christmas.
Today, my new dad threw a barbecue.
I burnt everything.
Ah! And then we played catch.
I broke Mr. Lewis's window. And then, somehow, my hand. My hand!
And then my dad even let me drive his car.
The hospital's on the right! It was a rough day.
It was a great day.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
The all-new WBLF, AM and FM, now at 106.3 FM. Your home for the Savage Nation, afternoons at 3.
Set a timer, get recipe instructions, and of course, adjust the temperature. Go to ecobee.com. That's ECOBEE.com.
That was your Tech It Out Minute, brought to you by ASUS.
Greeting cards have all been sent. The Christmas rush is through. But I still have one wish to make. A special one for you.
Listen live around the world
at danaradio.com.
I could have gone my whole life without playing this one. Steve was like, we still going with Christmas music? I'm like, yes. And we have like a huge list of Christmas music, like specific, you know. So it's like he goes back to the 70s and he gets something that's like coated in corduroy to play. This is not one of your favorites. No, it is not.
Carpenter's killed it during Christmas. That's all I listen to.
Oh my gosh, you were such a liar.
Hey, friends, and a pleasant good evening. Welcome to Lions Live on the Forever Lions Network, the only network built by the players through the fans. My name's Skip Robelvis, along with the Grizz, Jimmy Kennedy. We should be expecting Yaakov Israel and the big dude, Stephen Davis, here on momentarily. A little late start tonight here. We had some technical issues going on with the old phone systems, getting everybody in, but we're here now live. And Jimmy, here we are pressing along with our picks. And it was a rough week for me, but you did real well. Rough week for me, buddy.
Why was it such a rough week? Explain yourself.
I got killed, buddy. I got killed.
Hey, what was your record this week with the picks?
Well, I guess we might as well start right into that. Got to grind it right in at the beginning, don't you? Okay.
Right out the gate.
Well, let's see. This week here, you went 12-3, and yeah, and I went 7-8. It was disaster.
What big dude do?
He got 12-3 also. You guys tied up.
Oh, okay. You big dude.
Yeah, so you guys, it's overall. Yaakov was 11-4.
Oh, that's not bad, Yaakov. Okay.
Yeah, I gambled a bit and I lost.
Yeah, it sounds like you had 4th place.
Yeah, I got beat up real bad. I got killed. I was killed, man. I was killed. It was all bad. So.
That's awesome.
But,
That's awesome.
But yeah, you guys are rolling right away with things here. So you're doing exceptionally well. So I think hopefully now I got this working. I think it looks like it's live on radio and online.
So Big Dude's still in the lead by what, 1-2?
Well, here's how it shook out with the Big Ten so far. The totals are, Big Dude's 79-19. You're 77-21, 2 behind. Yaakov's 75-23, and I'm 74-24. So
not too bad.
Yeah, we're pretty close in the Big Ten picking.
We're better than Vegas. You know, I'll go with us all year long, make a little money.
Why not? People could, they could bank. They could bank on us.
Yeah, definitely.
We do better than the stock market for them.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
That's like that.
Yeah. Hey, what do you think's happening here? Penn State got a bowl game, man. We're heading to play Washington out near you, where you're living,
Right
buddy.
in the backyard, man. I had to do all the change of plans and everything. I was like, oh man, my wife's cousin's birthday is on the 30th.
Oh wow!
So they was planning on doing I pray she's not listening, but a little surprise party and stuff for her. So I was like, all right, cool, yeah, we can come out there after Christmas, go out to our place in California and stuff. So I was excited about that. And then, so literally, I confirmed it. I RSVP'd and so on. And the next day, it was like, yeah, you guys will be in the Fiesta Bowl playing on the 30th. So I got to literally go from the game to LA, which is about 5 hours, 6 hours away, because they're an hour behind, because I'm not missing this Penn State game.
Right.
And then Wally called me this weekend. Wally reached out to me
Oh, cool.
and wanted me to, said he can't make no promises and stuff, but, was updating me on the pep rally and different stuff. And, we talked for a while. And, I was like, because I already told him that you guys, where we talk about him on the radio show, and obviously I told him I'd do the radio show with you and Big Dude and so on, and Yaakov. And I said, we talk about your regular Wally, how you take care of the guys and so on. So he sounded real excited. He was talking about asking me, do I know places that they can hold alumni stuff and different stuff for us and so on. So that was pretty cool to see him already working. He's like, hey, do you know any good sports bars, different place that has nice back rooms and stuff like that where we can hold an event for the the alumni and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. I gave him a couple of different places, a few of my connections.
Oh, good deal.
So yeah.
Yeah. The moment it came out, I put in for 2 tickets myself. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it or not, but I'll have the tickets, and they're probably pretty well spoken for already, but I got them in right away, so we could, no matter what, I got them. So, but that'll be great. Yeah. Well, I'll be looking for you on the sidelines. If I wind up out there, if not, I'll be looking for you on TV.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, we'll figure it out, and definitely you guys coming out, Big Dude or so on or whatever, how it always goes, save a little dollars. You're more than welcome to crash in my place.
Oh, wow. Well, appreciate the hospitality, man. That's awfully nice. Yeah.
Give me a heads up, and we cool. We got a 5-bedroom out here. Only 3 of them is taken, so we got 3 extra bedrooms.
Wow.
So
wow.
Give me a heads up.
Well, you better be careful putting it out there, Jimmy. Before you know it, half the team, it could be about 100 guys getting hold of you.
Well, I don't put that out there for everybody because there's only a few people I trust. Like, for example, like I said, after the game, I'm literally not going back in the house.
Oh, okay.
So if it's someone that I'm going to leave, I will leave you, Big Dude, or someone in my house that I trust. I'm fine with that.
Oh, that's
not just random people. You guys, I don't worry about you guys, but how it goes.
I know. That's kind of. I appreciate it.
I'm leaving directly after the game.
Wow.
So.
Wow, that's wild. Hey,
so, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the guys and having fun with them.
Sure. What do you think about playing Washington?
I don't know. I'm still in my feelings because obviously, Ohio State ended up winning and so on, and I didn't want to see that happen. I really didn't want to see it happen more because I think Wisconsin battled all season long. I think that they played, good ball and everything else just when they needed to. Ohio State got hot towards the end, and obviously they ruined some things for us, and then they ruined some things for Wisconsin. I wanted to see Wisconsin do it just because they lost last year to us. So it's like, I don't want them to continue to keep losing the big dance, you know what I'm saying? I want to see them, pull through and get a win. But, and plus, like I said, I'm not a Ohio State fan, but I don't know. I would love to see us play Ohio State again.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. Well, I think the outcome would be a lot different for sure. I think we play them again. The outcome would for sure be a lot different.
Yeah, and I agree there. So it was like one of those things that I was like, man, I wish we could play them again instead of being in this bowl or so on. But, hats off to, Washington. Obviously, I've seen a few games this year. They were ranked pretty high at one point and so on. So it's just, I don't know. It just all depends on the, I mean, obviously, I don't think that the environment is going to play a part. I think Penn State travels well.
Right.
So I think we'll have a lot of alumni. Like I said, we already know tons of Penn Staters out here and so on. So I think our stadium the stadium out here should be about 50-50, if not 60-40 maybe in favor of Washington, only because
proximity.
It's a shorter flight.
Right.
Yeah, they're closer and so on. So given, what we might have a snowstorm or something. People can't get out in December.
Don't talk like that. Yeah, it's cold. It's been pretty mild this winter so far here.
And sadly, you know what? It snows a lot out in Washington too. So, but it's still a shorter flight and everything else. Sure. But anyway, I think we should be okay as long as we go out. I think there's really something to play for because it's like, like when I was in my last bowl game, it was like, man, this is my last time truly in a Penn State uniform. It's totally different from when you're playing, your last home game in Beaver Stadium, your last road game and so on. But it was like, hold up. This is the last time I'm going to wear the blue and white, as a player.
Right.
Right. I think that plays a part in, Saquon and the guys that, the seniors and so on. So I'm saying that I think we're really going to leave our mark when we go out there this time.
Sure. Hey, it sounds like either Big Dude or Yakov. Who joined us?
This Big Dude.
Hey, Stefan.
Yeah. It's Yakov. Yeah. Yakov. That was good, man. He really got a chance to do something next year.
Wow. Hey, well, Stefan, we went over. Hey, Stefan, we went over the picks last week. You and Jimmy tied up with the picks last week. You did good.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Hey, but that tell you what, that Auburn game hurt, man. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That game hurt, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. That game hurt, man.
A lot of them didn't go my way, Stefan. I did horrible. I had 7 and 8. I was 7 and 8. You went 12 and 3, man. You picked well.
Yeah. Well, we were red hot. What did you Skip? What chances did you take? What happened, man?
Well,
you never had a week like that.
Well, I know. Well, you know what? I did. Well, I was, Jimmy, and I was trying to pick who I wanted to win instead of who I maybe knew would. But I wanted Wisconsin, and I wanted Miami, and teams like that to win. Yeah. So, those are the games that kind of threw me off there a little bit. And I actually thought, really seriously though, that Stanford would pull one off with USC, and they almost did. 31-28. So no, yeah, I know. So it's close, but I gambled on some of these.
Almost.
So
Only count the horseshoes. Almost.
Oh yeah. Well, this week's going to be easy for us, but I'll tell you, I started scripting in some of our bowl picks. There's like 40 bowl games, man. Is that insane or what? I'm looking at.
That's jump, man.
Oh, it's crazy. So.
What's going to be next, man? Is it going to be the Gerber's baby food bowl? Oh my God! Are you serious? Hey, you know what? Not trying to be funny or nothing like that, but I'm not sure about the area. The California wildfires playing a part in these bowl games. Is anything get canceled or anything? I'm not sure what bowl is out there, but I know it's real close.
Well,
that's real talk, man. That's a good question.
Yeah, Jimmy, I think the bowl games are too far out. I think everything will burned off by then. Okay. So.
Man, I saw a video last night. It looked like Mars or something. It was outrageous.
Man, scorched earth.
So much fire, so on.
Man, I don't know how they can't keep that under control. I mean, that's like scorched earth, man. That's like thermonuclear winter went out there. I mean, kaboom. Yeah. Wow. And that's getting close to LA now, I guess, too, man. I did.
Well, it was burning behind the Hollywood sign. It was showing that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Madness, man. I mean,
you know, I don't see how Arizona don't catch fire with all this hot chocolate out here with me. You know.
Yeah. Hey.
They do. Pretty mild out here. Yeah, man. I don't get it. It's supposed to be pretty dry, man. You're supposed to be running the other way, brother. It's supposed to be a way. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
a couple of full games out there, right? I mean, it's one in Glendale, right? And then are we in Glendale? Which one are we in? We're in Glendale.
Yeah.
We're in Glendale, right?
Right.
Yeah. And what's the other one? I'm literally, I'm probably maybe a 10-minute walk to the stadium. I'm out. To get to the stadium is like Rec Hall to Beaver Stadium for me.
Oh, no kidding.
What?
Wow, Jimmy.
So literally, I can walk to the stadium. So I was telling Skip Big Dude because I'm heading out soon after the game. So if you guys are coming out, you know I got a 5-bedroom, so it's definitely 3 available bedrooms and stuff. If you guys are coming out, staying on hotels and stuff, and I'll put that offer out to everyone because I'll be gone right after the game is over. So you know, as long as the people I trust, you know, I'm fine. Take care of the house. I can get a garage coat and stuff, so when you leave out to lock up. So just the office out there, because I know it's like a last-minute thing. I'm not trying to have my family, you know, pay an arm and a leg for hotels and stuff when I'm right up the street. You know, man, appreciate
it. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, that's a simple $5, $10 Uber ride. Yeah, you know what? I still haven't put my Uber in my phone yet, man. I just can't bring myself to do it, but before I go out there, I'm sure I will. Yeah, definitely. Just an open invite and so on for you guys.
Hey, well, hey, Stephen, you know, as a registered freshman, I got away with this one. I was driving DJ Dozer's car around the whole time because you guys were at practice and Joe didn't have us guys practicing. So I was racing all around Tempe using his car as a freshman. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, well, he didn't want we didn't have to practice. I wanted to practice. I love the weather out there. I thought, man, because I was booming the ball before we left for the bowl. And I was like, man, I'd love to. And Shope said, no, you're not practicing. And I'm like, okay. So, you know, you guys were busy, and I thought, man, so I asked that DJ, hey, man, can I use your car if you're not using it? So he hooked me up, man. So I had wheels out there. It was great. So,
yeah, that's awesome. You know, like even up yesterday, I was, you know, I trying to do a couple of, you know, laps around the track and stuff right now to get my legs and stuff going, trying to, you know,
yeah.
But it was 51 degrees yesterday.
Wow.
Which is awesome compared to out there.
Oh, yeah.
But, man, I was walking, I had one of those sweat jackets on, so the breeze kept going under my shirt. Yeah. It was so cold.
You know what, Jimmy? It was 59 degrees here yesterday, man. It was 59 degrees at midnight. Yeah, it's been weird weather.
Yeah. See,
it's been pretty mild.
Today, it was 83, 84 degrees sunny.
Oh, gosh.
Wow, that'll throw you off.
Out of school looking crazy with a long coat on and shorts. Talking about how hot he was. I was like, man, you look hot. You know, so.
That's good. Well, you know, back in our day, you know, Joe didn't know what I was doing. But yeah, I wasn't getting any trouble, you know, but it's just nice to have wheels.
Yeah, go ahead, keep telling on yourself.
No, I will. I confess.
It's the radio show. You're about to tell a bad story.
Well, no, I'm not. I didn't get in any trouble. Okay, but remember Bobby Polito? You know, he and I were out kind of taking into town. You know, and,
Bobby Polito. Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Are you serious?
Oh yeah. Well, see, he didn't have to practice either. He's either a junior or senior. He was injured or something. So, but we were hooked up, man, and that was great because you know only the seniors got the cars to use while they're out there.
Yeah.
So,
you had to be 21. We had one, but they had me and Stan Clayton. Or was it Kirkendall? It was me and Stan Clayton. Yeah, it was me and Kirkendall. I think we split one. That's what it was. That's what it was.
Yeah, I know you guys got some stories. You guys were driving all over the place too out there, man. I got a little bit lost. There's like a beltway around the place. And this is back before.
Don't tell it all, man.
You have to tell that story.
No, bro.
No, we did go to this place called, I'm sure it's not even around anymore, Jimmy. It was called What's Your Beef? Man, that place was good.
Man, I think when I first came out here, I'm not sure if it's still out here, but I remember going through it.
Yeah, man, we used to hang and eat there, and then We went to some club called Zazoo's or something crazy like that. We saw Myra Rashad there.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean,
I'm still trying to see Charles Barkley out here. I need a jersey time.
Well, I remember some of the guys in my class were talking about going to a place called like the Devil's Playhouse.
Oh,
I was like, oh man.
Come on, man. You're telling yourself.
No, I didn't go. Listen, I didn't go. They invited me. I didn't go. I didn't go, honest. They invited me. I was like, no, man, I'm going. Said, man, you're going to go see the girls there. I'm like, no, man, I ain't doing that. You know? I didn't.
Get him to change the subject. He was 21 years old, man. Get him to change the subject.
Well, I wasn't, you know, and you know, I didn't know that was the policy at the time that you had to be 21 to be driving, but I was hooked up, so.
You weren't supposed to be driving. You could have got DJ in a lot of trouble.
Well, I know.
Listen. He when you returned my car, man, and we got into it. I told him to run to the store, man. He took my car for the night. I had a few words for Coach. Now he's Coach going to be in this. I had a few words for him. I'll leave it at that.
Oh man, you know, I don't think these guys today could do half the stuff we did back in our time. You know.
You know what? Sadly, it's not just about like you said. It's not like we was doing anything wrong, but these days, the guys live in more of a fishbowl because of social media.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, well, you know, and
media play a huge part, and then you know, all of a sudden you see a freshman driving around and so on, and picture, and they'll be on Snapchat. You know,
he probably.
They're here, Joe. Now, what is this here? I saw you on the Snapchat or the Snapchat Hattie. I just told me that he saw you on TechSnap. What, Coach? You was on TechSnap driving a car. Who cares?
The funniest thing was they had a skip. I swear you weren't there, and that's what I knew we were going to lose. We were going to lose to Clemson because Scott Gobb got up and made an announcement. They said, "You have any announcements?" So we're thinking the captains are going to say something about the game. This joke we're going to talk about. There's still tickets left for the Def Leppard concert.
He ain't trying to win. We about to lose this one.
I turned around and said, "You mean you're going to go see our race? You want to go see a Def Leppard?"
You guys don't want to win off, man.
That's what I killed. That's my last game ever. I said, "Oh my God."
When we was in Auburn, it seemed like I knew we was going to lose when we went down there. Because keep in mind that we had 2 years where we didn't go to a bowl game. You know, so I was a part of that. And then now I went my freshman year to the Alamo Bowl, and then my last year to the Outback Bowl. Both terrible bowls. You know, but, you know, I mean, we enjoyed them at the time, but looking back on now, Rose Bowl and different opportunities that I wish we would have had, it's like, man, I appreciate going through those bowls, but I wish we were in something better. You know, and it was when we was there, it seemed like everyone was having so much fun. No one wanted to watch film or none of this stuff. And I was like, man, we about to play Auburn. Like, you know, what's the situation? Like, let's get it together. Let's get win. Like I said, it's the last time we're going to be in this blue and white, and it just seemed like guys had different focus. You know, and me, I was thinking, like, all right, listen, I can't come back. My senior year, it's just like I might not watch as much film as everyone else, but I'm going to put in a couple of hours, you know, here and there and make sure we good. Man, we was down, and we had Jeff Stryker. He showed up, and literally, he was probably, and I'm not trying to embarrass the guy because I know he's probably slim and trim now, but he showed up, and he was 298, right? Offensive guard, so on, 298, close to 300 pounds, and so on. But you know, they give us the free food, the snacks and the different stuff at night, and the cookies and the granola bar and everything else. So we come out, and Joe is hits. What's wrong with Joe? Like, he is so mad because out of the blue, coach would just call for a random weight check. Oh no! So I was like, hold up, let me check everyone's weight is this. It's a business trip. Let me check everyone's weight. I'm like, coach, like, all right. So I go in, and I was up like 2 pounds. So I was like 322 or something like that. So he was like, hey, do your damn thing. You know it's going to be hot out here. Get some hydration and so on. I want you at least 317, 315 this game. It sounds cool, coach. I got you. So, obviously, we going. And Jeff was sitting on the steps. Striker, he's sitting on the steps. And he was crying like, uh-oh.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I mean, like, the ugliest cry was snot and everything. Like, and I went over, I was like, Strike, what's going on? What happened? I'm thinking, like, a car accident, the death in the family, because he was so red and just snot everywhere. And I was like, what's wrong with this? They going to send me home. I said, I was like, what happened? Why are you going to send you home? Because I'm too fat. I'm too fat. To me, it's too fat. I was 328 pounds. 328? I said, what's your regular weight? 298. Oh, no. How are you 328? You 30 pounds up. I don't know. Joe said he's going to send me home. He thinks I'm not ready to play. Yo, man. I looked at Coach Johnson. Coach Johnson was looking at the weight, shaking his head. I said, Coach, you lose this last game, huh? I don't know, Hoss. Everybody in the offensive line is at least 15 pounds over. Yeah, what's going to send them all home?
Yeah.
Can't send everybody home, man. Yeah, he's the highest. He's about 30. Oh, my goodness. You was crying when you eat those wings, Bill.
He ought to just like put on some garbage bags, get out, start running or something, man. He'll sweat off 20 pounds in no time,
Yeah, man. Every time I saw him out there, everybody was eating wings and stuff. Still, he had the celery stick. I was like, oh man. I know it was bad when they called Miss Clark, Christine Clark, down to the bowl game. I was like, oh man, Miss Clark is here. You guys messing up. We can put people back on Giants.
Oh man. Wow. Hey, Stefan, was there anybody? I can't remember if anybody got sent back when we were there or not. Was there? Well, when we went to National Chamber, did anybody get sent back?
We did have someone. You know what? Not when you were. You know what? You had left. I will say, the next year you left, someone did get sent home.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about it.
And I can't get into the circumstances.
No, yeah, but I remember you said that you talked about that once before, and I can't remember who. I'm not going to mention names, but I have an idea. Yeah. Well,
yeah, it was something stupid. It was one of those things where, well, first of all, everybody knows how cool Clarence Harmon is. I don't know if you remember, Clarence Harmon was a GA. Clarence Harmon played in the league probably 9-10 years and Super Bowl rings. So, Clarence saw these group of men and told them one guy, hey, man, we got bed check coming. You got this girl in your room. Number one.
That's what it was. Yep.
Number two, I'm coming back here in exactly 40 minutes. And I have a going. Now, he comes back an hour later, and the girl is still there.
Yep, I remember it. Yep.
It's a dude that never got in trouble. And before you knew it, man, I saw Joe in the morning and said, hey, Coach, how are you this morning? He's like, bug out on me. What's wrong with him? He said, oh, boy, you just got sent home. I'm like, what? He said, he's on the plane.
Oh.
And I was like, yo, man, that was the crazy. And you know what? The guy ended up having a really good next 2 years and playing in the league for 5 years.
Oh, good for
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Man,
wow.
So good stuff, man. Other than that, and I'm not going to lie, Skip, I could tell you my story between me and Kirkendall, man. There was a close call at same trip. We could have got sent home. Man, we ended up going down to Disney World. That place, we went to this place called JJ Whispers, man. I still remember. Everybody went there. I never knew what time it was enough. Man, everybody's dancing, and then I guess the people had the wrong curfew time. I don't think anybody was really listening. Remember, you couldn't text nobody at all this day, man. We had to remember, man. We got to this place, started going crazy. Blair starts taking over the dance floor. I mean, Blair never did that. Blair starts taking over the dance floor, and kids are yelling at us to get in our cars, and we raced back, and we were on Route 4, and we almost in record time. It's close. We got 15 minutes to make that check. Brother, and we missed the SeaWorld exit. I don't know how we missed it. Kirkendall was flying. And we're flying, and we tried to figure out what to do, and we missed the U-turn, and then we had one more U-turn to make. I'm telling you, y'all aren't going to believe this. The only U-turn we could make, police were at the daggone toll booth. Slows up and makes a U-turn right at the toll booth. Wow. And then they were laughing at us.
Oh, no.
Look, good old number 73. I mean, and we ended up getting back there, no lie, where we ended up going, just get there, going to the bathroom, and you know what? Scrap was maybe 2 rooms behind us, and then we didn't see him.
Oh.
So you guys just got here, right? We were like, yeah, we're good though, right? He goes, yeah, don't ever do it again. It's close.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Rooms, man. We could have got sent home. That's the real story.
Wow.
I almost got in trouble.
Oh, wow.
I never really told that story until just now.
Well, you did once before.
I'll tell the story of how we almost got sent home. Also, it was bad, but it's a sensitive topic, you know, in terms of today. It's basically, it was how did I say it? It was a Caitlyn Jenner situation.
What?
Man, and you know, like I said, you know, with no disrespect to no one, it was one of our players, and we was down in at the Alamo Bowl, and I'm telling you that I've never seen such gorgeous Mexican women in my life. Like it was literally like 5 or 6. You see what they started in? Listen, 5 or 6 6-footers, gorgeous, and so on. Now keep in mind that I was engaged at the time, so I wasn't doing anything crazy. You know, you guys know I was with Rashana when she was playing basketball and so on. So I was fairly good, but I'm not going to put the guy out there. Offensive lineman, I'll tell you guys when we off the air who it was. But listen, he was dancing, and the way he was dancing, I could just tell that he was falling in love. Wow. It was it was a bunch of us. There was at least about 15 of us. Oh my God. It was like having so much fun. And the DJ came up to me. He was like, "Hey, listen, you know, he was just cool and everything else and so on, whatever." So everything was great. Then he was just like, "Yeah, you know, I went to school with him." So I was like, thinking that he was telling me that he went to school with one of our players. So I was thinking, he's a good dude. Like, me, I'm just a, redshirt freshman. But yeah, he's a good dude. This, so on, so on, so on. He's just like, nah, not him. Him. For me, I'm guy, so I'm kind of worried. Like, man, I'm not following this.
Hey, you're not dumb. You're not dumb. Yeah, you're not.
Listen,
you're not dumb.
In other words, get your boy.
Yeah.
Get your boy. I'm like, all right. So now, when it finally registered, we all get wide-eyed. And this guy is a Philly guy, this, hard-nosed guy, and so on. And he's just like, so now you go get him. Oh. And he's so in love that he ain't trying to hit. No, hold up. I'm about to get the number. She's going to come back to the hotel. so on, so on. Listen, nah, you good, bro. Yeah, drinks, you good, bro. Let's just call it a night. You know, you got a couple of drinks and you good. Let's go, whatever. Now he want to fight us.
Oh, no.
Now we hate it.
Oh.
And you know me, I'm going to do your car. I'm going to try it his own way.
Hey,
listen,
hold on, guys.
I'm arguing with you. You want to fight it your own way.
BLF, depend on it.
Don't be mad at me. Don't say, hey, I told you. You know, I'm trying to tell him that you want to fight us, and because some of us were younger than him, he was like, come on, you know, freshman, you ain't gonna listen to you. All right, listen. We know something that you don't know.
Yeah.
And if you start kicking on the dance floor, you ain't gonna live this down. You ain't gonna live this down.
Hey,
so long story short.
Let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick.
And you guys already know how LeVar is. LeVar is, you know, he's just a crazy dude. You know, he's a good dude, but crazy dude. So he's laughing. Hey, come on, you want to fight us when you over there talking to Tammy? Oh, no. He hit him with one of those because he was ready to fight us. So he was like, what you mean? So LeVar's like, that's a dude, bro. Come on, let's go. Now, instead of us just walking out, now, of course, he want to fight. He's trying to fight for his pride and his honor now. LeVar's like, don't fight for your honor now, your pride. You good? I think you might want to stop this. This is like, hey, I'm gonna tell you this. Between security had to escort us out. Police was calling everything. It was bad. Why didn't the ball get benched for that game? Huh? Why did he get benched for his last game? Is that why? Who's this? LeVar. No, he played in the Alamo Bowl. What game was it he got? We just had a situation. I ain't gonna tell about that. Okay, all right. Listen, you over off the air talk. Hey, listen. Okay. That's all I gotta say is you open the door. I wouldn't have asked. Hey, you know me. I don't have a problem sharing, but those are off the air. Okay, wow. Let's talk about the game.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this, folks. You're listening to Lions Live on WBLF, AM 970 and 106.9. Yeah, I'm giving it right now. So I gave her an idea who we were there. Yeah, that went right through that one real fast. Well. Yeah, he wasn't. He sure was dumb, but you could understand why he walked like a woman or talk like a woman, but walk like a man. Oh man, Jimmy, that's crazy, man. Well, you know, hey, you give a guy a few drinks, you dress another one like up something like that, you know, and wow, gets to be scary.
Yeah, it's a good story. You can talk all night.
I'll tell you. Now, when you guys get together again, I bet you never let him live that one down, do you?
But you know what? It's all in good fun. I mean, the worst thing he did was dance with him. The worst thing he did was dance with him. I don't know how to take it.
I just wonder who asked who to dance.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's too crazy. Wow. Hey, well,
you know, I mean, he took the slack down that whatever. You know how it goes. We over there in the locker room the next day, going past the door, like, oh, hold on, you ain't looking at my butt, are you? You know what you like? Come on, bro, chill out,
Hey, Yakov, you've been missing it, man. We've been getting some of the bowl stories. How you been doing?
Hey. Yeah, sorry, I missed it a little bit, guys, but it's great to hear you, though. Great to hear you guys, though. Oh, no, we just getting started, bro. We just getting started. You know, we just a little bit, so welcome. We've only been on for 5 minutes. Welcome, baby. We was talking about how you went 7-6 last week on your pick. Oh!
Hey, it was a bad day for me, buddy. I was 7-8, but actually you did a lot better. You were 11-4.
Yeah, you was 11-4.
Yeah, I was the one that blew it bad. I was gambling, man. I was picking who I wanted.
Was there any changes yet, or did everybody say the same?
Well, as far as the Big Ten, we're all pretty close. I'm in last place, 74-24. You're at 75-23, and Jimmy's at 77-21, and Stefan's at 79-19. So that's pretty close. But this last week, and everything, it was.
It's already over. It's already over. It's closed. Kids got to pay for the sandwich.
Well, we got the bowl games left.
Now it's playoff.
Yeah. Well, we have we have the Big Ten and bowl, so we'll pick that. Actually, I got some picks for us for next week, actually, because we're actually heading into.
Now, did you guys go through last week? Because remember, we picked a lot of games that were outside of the Big Ten.
Oh, we did. Yeah, that's what I was talking about from last week. Yeah, there was.
Oh, okay. Now, did anybody move in there, or is it still kind of where it was the week before?
Well,
now Skip dropped all the way to the bottom.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Skip is officially 4 games behind you, Yaakov. We didn't move up.
Well, in the Big Ten, I'm 1 behind Yakov, Jimmy. But now I'll give you let me give you the overall. Okay. The overall so far with last week, because last week was where we threw in 15 games to pick.
Hey, hold on a second, Skip. I want to talk to big dudes since we don't talk loser talk. We don't talk. we don't talk bottom 4 talk. We don't talk third and fourth place.
Well, it's pretty close overall.
That's why he talks.
Yeah, I'll give you. Well, let me give you the number.
Listen. Go ahead, Skip.
Well, I'm going to give you the numbers overall. So, Yakov and I are actually close. We're at 80. I'm at 82-32 overall, especially from last week, and Yakov's at 84-27, and Jimmy, you're at 89-24. Oh, I'm in 4th. Yeah. Yeah. And Stefan's at 91-22. So.
Hey, he's been on the show for about 5 years, and he just got 1 win.
Well, just last week's a bad week. So yeah, 7 and 8 was bad. Now, if I wouldn't have picked who I wanted and who I probably thought would have won, but I gambled a little bit, but it's all good. This week we only have 1 game though, guys, to pick. Last week of college football, week 15, we got Army and Navy. So I'll start out. I got Navy on this one. Hard for me though, because I was in both. I was in the Navy and the Marine Corps, and then I spent another 6 years over in the Army National Guard too. So I'm between both, but I still always go with the Navy on this one.
Okay. Well, how's Big Dude?
He didn't pick yet.
Is Big Dude still there?
I'm still here, man. I'm sorry, I was in between 2 things, man. One more time, Navy and who?
Army, Navy.
You almost got to go with Navy just because they just seem to be hotter. So I'm going to go with Navy.
Yeah. I'm there with Navy as well. Yeah. Well, you know, Vanderlyn is with Air Force. I don't know if you guys remember that. Vanderlyn, I know that's not the game.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Vanderlyn is with Air Force now. So he's been with them. So, him and Norwood kept going. And actually, Bill Kenny, too. Bill Kenny was going for a little bit.
Oh, yeah? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was up in Western Michigan. And then I know Vanderlyn with the Air Force. But I think those were the main ones. Because, Galen Hall was on the staff. And, obviously Coach Johnson and Norwood and Dick Anderson, Frank Ganner, those guys. Yeah, Vanderlyn. So, Skip, are we doing picks right now?
Well, we that's the only one we have. So I guess the overall consensus.
So we gonna put it all on the line right here.
I'm in last.
Man, come on, bro. You don't believe that. Now, Cole, who you got, man? Army or Navy? Hey, what's the music? All right. I mean, you got the hot hand right now. Hey, Skip, what's the music, Skip?
That was a Navy hymn. Playing the old Navy hymn, you know. Anchors away. I think everybody's on Navy this week, right?
Yeah, Navy. Across the board.
Yeah, I thought so. That's the only game we have this week, but I do have games for starting in the bowls because the bowls actually, crazy enough, believe it or not, start on December 16th. So when we look at our, it's like 40 games. I told you, like we have 40 bowls almost here to play, you know? So when you look at that, you know, starting next week, you know, starting 16th. So, I don't know. I guess, you know what? Why don't we just wait till next Wednesday and we can go ahead and pick up and start picking our bowl games for next week.
It works for me.
So, yeah, and we'll just pick it up then and we'll pick all our bowls.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So be on the 16th. Okay. So, and then I'm sure by then we'll probably have some more stories to share with the bowl games.
Hey, listen, we took a chance tonight. Let's not talk too many. Yeah. You gotta keep it. We gotta keep it out.
But you know, I think we can justify it by saying, you know, the more things change, the more things stay the same, but they get a little spicier as times go on, as we heard from Jim.
Well, that story from Jimmy does seem to be more reflective of this era and culture than it was in our time.
I think that's well said.
Now, I wanted to ask though, Grizz, what do you think though? Like, do you think you'll want to go to the game or what?
Oh yeah, I'm going, man. Wally called me this week. I was talking to him. Yeah, I'll be there.
Oh, that's what's up.
I'm about 100% sure I'm gonna be there. But if I decide not to attend, I'll be at all the festivities and stuff.
Yeah. No, that's what's up. That is what's up, man.
Pep rallies and everything else.
Yeah.
I should be there.
Yeah. Now, did you have any thought of Arizona before they announced it, or was you banking on it, or did you think about it?
I wasn't even gonna be here. I was gonna be in the house in California.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna be in LA.
Okay.
I was like, oh, hold up, let me change the plans.
Wow.
Now you got a fire hydrant near that house, though, don't you, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Okay. Because LA is starting to burn, brother.
It's over there in the hills where LeBron and them house is. I'm down the block or two. I you know, it's over by Puff Daddy and LeBron and stuff. I'm like, a couple miles away from them.
Better get them sprinklers out, man. Start sprinkling that house down.
I'm more towards Crenshaw.
Over the Coliseum, right?
Yeah, I'm over there. Yeah. Okay. I can see the Hollywood sign in the smoke.
Oh wow.
About that layer.
Burn, Hollywood burn. That's not a riot going on.
Yeah, it's right there. We over there. We're fairly close to.
You over there about that layer doing that Carlton dance. You over there doing that?
But seriously, I'm over. We're fairly close to. What is it? Beverly Hills.
Wow.
Like where the Beverly Hills sign and stuff is and stuff. That's in walking distance.
Wow. Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
I see you over there, Chris.
I'm trying to live a little bit. You know,
just trying to get a little of that solar power, man.
I'm trying to get my knees right so I can crip walk on it.
I was just trying to slide on it again, man.
Oh, Jimmy. Oh, my goodness, man. No, he could. Like Serena did. Get the lead right, don't say big dude. Yeah. What was the Serena? Serena won the Wimbledon. She won the Wimbledon in crip walk, man. That was crazy.
Yeah. Trying to get it right.
Yep. Crip walk. Wow.
Well, for the better of the.
Oh, crip walk, man. Ooh, man.
Hey guys, it's.
I don't know if they do that in the young. I don't know if the YO know about that. I know that's. I'm trying to learn them California ways. Dang.
Yeah, I was out there for a couple of days because
I never seen them cripping the Tim.
Nah, riding Uber with some shit. Hey, riding Uber with some shaky jokers. That was enough for me, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree there. Nah, but I'm looking forward to this game, man. I think it'll be a good one versus Washington. You know, we really haven't, kept up with Washington all year and stuff, but I think they'll be all right. I mean, if we, like I was saying earlier in the show, get back to business. But when it's all said and done, as long as guys go out there and focus, we still have so many talented players, Saquon and so on, who have the chance of, well, what this could possibly be their last game wearing the blue and white, being a part of this team and so on. So I think guys will be focused and want to go out with a win, but then also, I think if we can do something like go have a big blowout win and let's say Ohio State or something, take a loss or something, because I don't think Ohio State's going to win the national championship. I don't think they have enough fighters. So
Ain't gonna happen.
So, yeah.
Ain't gonna happen.
And yeah, I mean, and I agree. And then it just will for me, I think if Ohio State lose and get blown out like they did last year, I think going forward they can't have the respect that they deserve. I mean, that they've been getting in terms of the bowl games, and they always seem, on media and everything else, it's always feel like there's a way for them to get in. Like, I don't like that. So I'm like, if they lose and get blown out just like they did last year, I don't think they should. Yeah. I don't think this should be. Out in the bowl game last year, I think. Yeah, they were terrible last year. Offensive board last year in the bowl game. Yeah, they was terrible.
They went out there and they got embarrassed.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And even then, think about this: they weren't even supposed to be there, given the situation.
Right. They're squawking about this year still, man.
Well, I mean, they're the only team that's been up there playing in a game like that's been blown out by a team like Iowa.
But if you guys look at it, even if you guys look at it, even watching and preparing for this last Big Ten championship, it was as if Ohio State was in it, even if they would have lost.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the way I felt.
Yeah, it was
like, man, they
stacked.
didn't even talk about Wisconsin or even having a shot.
Right.
Hey, let's be clear, man. Hey,
And really, Wisconsin almost won the game. I mean, they were in the game. It was
Right.
like a 5 or 6 point game or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a complete domination.